dangerous. Get dangerous. Shameless. Facing. Shameless. Get dangerous. That's my.
Look at me. Look at me. Look at me ballin'. Get my range up. Look at me ballin'. Got me famous. Chaser.
Hey, good morning, everybody. Good morning. How are you guys doing today? Hope everyone is doing good. Let's take a look here. Let's start our session. We've already posted the game plan, we posted the levels, we posted everything inside of our Discord. So you can check under Market Talk. We kind of have a breakdown of where we're positioned in terms of GEX exposure. We talked about the different gamma levels. We dropped an hourly chart. So in the premium side, that'll actually all be migrating to our dashboard on dynastytradingsystems.com starting next week, and it will be updating real time throughout the session. But let's just jump right in really quickly to our higher time frame and take a look at the overnight action. So what I'd like to do first is start off with basically an empty chart with only my main levels. Let's just drop that really quick, get rid of that for right now, so we can just take a look at the macro view of what's going on. So it's our 15-minute chart. Actually, let's go to the hourly chart and do this. Yeah, so here we go. Let's do that one more time. Perfect. Okay, so we could see since July 14th, we had our CPI release. That's what led to the catalyst of us getting back to 30,000s. We've been calling for 29,000 probably since, I'd say about July, since NFPs. Basically, we were aiming for this level. Now, they actually got to 29,000 July 8th, and from there, we had a pretty big bounce back to 30,000. So the migration, the rotation, we could see from NFP, from 30,000 250s down to 29,500s, back to 30,000. And then we created a nice expansion to 29,000. Then we had a double top here, 30,000. They pulled back to 500s, back to 30,000. And now we're having our big expansion. We've already taken out 29,000 overnight. So the main structure that kind of led to this entire sell-off is this 500 level. Once we lost 500, that is what gave it up, right? That was basically it. So yesterday, we opened up and we pretty much just sold right through the 500 level. And then we started finding support right around the 300 level at the New York Open. The trades we called for yesterday were failures above 500, which we ended up catching some really good trades yesterday. So if you're on stream, you probably saw some of that. And then the rest of the session just melted all the way down. Now, coming into Globex, we had continuation from our session yesterday. So you could just see all day yesterday, dump, and now Globex, dump. So where are we likely to go? Well, based on everything we're looking at, let me just kind of look at the main levels here, 28,500s. We clear that, then obviously we have some areas. Let's see what date this is from. So we have some areas here that we should probably pay attention to back from April or May 5th. We have some untested volume, some naked POCs and value areas that we could probably end up trading through. And then we'll just look to see what happens when we get to 500s. You know, that's what we're going to kind of pay attention to coming into the session here. We have major put support at 28,500s. So we'll see if how price reacts once we get there. If we're able to see price support here, and then from there maybe a pop, or if we end up closing through it and accept below 500s. If that's the case, then we're going to look for a further accelerated move to the downside. So that's kind of the game plan coming into the session. We're going to see if we can get to 500. From there, what happens. If they are going to bounce, if we are going to see this thing potentially try to recover a little bit, then obviously the main levels to pay attention to is going to be 750. How do we interact with 750? And then, of course, from there, 900 or 9,000, sorry. So again, big dump, right? So when we have this type of controlled selling, I mean, just look at the hourly chart, just nonstop, right? I mean, even the little temps here, if you go to a 15-minute chart, we can kind of zoom in just a little bit. It's just been a relentless sell, organized, clean, structure sell-off, right? So, you know, this was kind of like the only chance right here. We see a little pop here. Let's see what kind of move we got. About 1,000 tick move there. And then where are we with the current range? About 2,700 ticks so far. So let's see what happens. Again, we're not going to try to get locked into necessarily a directional pre-market bias, but we're going to just allow, we know the levels that are important. We see the structure, right? We can see all that. If we actually go to our Renko charts here really quick, we can also see how the Renko chart, this is a 64 bar Renko. I mean, there's really no indication of buyers at all, overnight. So, for us to sit here and try to buy a bounce, I think we would be basically getting I think it'd be a little foolish to do that based on the current market, current structure that we're in right now. So with that being said, gang, let's just take it one step at a time. The goal, again, is always to allow the market to do what it needs to do. And then from there, try to look for our structural setups. The same thing, we do the same type of setups day in and day out, right? So we're not trying to change anything. All we're trying to do is understand what are the most important levels that we got to be paying attention to. So now let's go ahead and drop our gamma level map so we can see, so we can take a look at where we're at in relationship to that. So we do have put support at 500, so 28,500. That's going to be kind of like the main area of interest I'm going to pay attention to here today, if we can get down there and then what happens. Below that, we got GEX 10 at 400s. And then that's pretty much it. Really nothing on my chart here. This is end of day level. So, and of course, we're going to be watching intraday as well, real-time updates. And we'll be kind of seeing where zero gamma is and how we interact with that throughout the session. But as of right now, the main call, the main push is going to be looking at price at 500. So we'll see if we can get down there. And then the last layer we're going to look at is our lug level, just to get an idea of where we're at with that. So interesting enough, we have created four sets, 1, 2, 3, and this is our fourth set, and now fifth set consecutive down. That's just showing how aggressive the sell-off has been, right? And so you can see really no bounce. I mean, the new level printed here yesterday, we broke it, we rejected it immediately. 29,341 sold off again. Yellow new level set. They try to pop it, immediately sold off in Globex. Now we've got another breakout or an attempt here to pop on the new lug level. And now we're going to watch to see if we're going to have the same pattern where it just fails. So maybe we get a scenario where we get back underneath it. And then from there we get a rejection. And then maybe we look for that put support level down at 28,500s. So that's kind of what we're looking at going into the session here. It would be good if we did get some bounce. I'd be pretty hesitant to start buying. I don't think I would want to be, if I do anything in terms of the buy side, it would simply just be scalps. And that's exactly what I do anyways. Going into the session, I'm always just looking for base hits just to build that buffer, get aligned with the market. And then from there, we can start playing some size. So we got 5 minutes here to the open. Looking forward to today's session, guys. We've had a pretty good week. It's been pretty awesome. So if you've watched the live streams, you can obviously see what we're doing. You can see the process. You can obviously see the wins, the losses, everything that we're doing over and over again. And if you are like, well, I don't really understand anything this guy's doing, well, no problem. You could obviously just watch the live streams. You can pick it up from there. And then from there, at the end of the day, if you really want to go deep on it and learn more about what we do, get access to some of our tools, consider checking out the community, dynastytradingsystems.com, where we provide all the tools, videos, levels, indicators, automated tools, hotkeys, all the things that we use that you see that I use on a day-to-day basis. Okay, so let's get this rolling here. Let's make sure, one last check here to make sure everything's good to go. And I think we are ready for action. We are ready for action. Let me make sure I got my heat map up, got my book map up. We use book map when it comes time to execute, when we're considering specific levels. So I'm not sitting here watching the order flow, moment to moment. No need for that. Give yourself a headache. So all we're looking at right now with this current structure, for me, I'm going to be paying attention to 800s. So 800s overhead. I want to see if that becomes an area of interest for us. So again, I'm going to be looking at the larger Renko for this. So right now we have our low, our overnight low coming in at 562s. And then the swing high structure I'm going to pay attention to is around 800s. So for me, what I want to see is, can we get some type of dump into put support? And then do they support price here? Do we see price kind of stall here? And then we get some type of rotation or an attempt, and then maybe a move back to 800. That would be one scenario. I don't think I would participate to the upside, but I'm just looking at how I could potentially get short, right? So in order for me to get short, I got to see some buyers get aggressive here, because I want to be short against buyers. I want to be short into their into their position. But right now, sellers have already taken back control of the auction. We can see we're breaking down. So they failed at 800, and now we're pushing right now into what level is this? This is our 600 level. So from 600s, 500s is an obvious clear target. Now we do have a lug level here coming up right under put support. So that's something to consider, okay? So market's about to open up here in 2 minutes. Let's see what we get, guys. Let's see what we get. I'm just trying to get my 100 points for the day, every day. Just try to show up and do what I can, do my best to not be dumb and not take stupid trades. And you know, look, I'm not a professional trader. You know, I don't claim to be a professional trader. I've been trading for about a decade, a little over a decade. But you know, I'm still very much so a student of the game, right? And so, look, at the end of the day, what you see here is not financial advice. You should not take the trades I take. Even though you see me take the trades, you see what I'm going to tell you what I'm thinking. I'm going to tell you what happened after the trade. This is all for educational purposes, guys. All for educational purposes. Just like it says there at the top somewhere, educational purposes only, not financial advice. If you're not subscribed to the channel, we're a small channel. We're just getting things rolling here. Support the channel, subscribe to the channel. If you haven't hit the like button already, let's hit the like button. Let's see if we can break a record and get 5 likes on this video. That's a record for me, right? So I guess people don't really like my videos, but that's okay. That's okay. All right, let's see. We're getting a nice little attempt here by the sellers trying to get under 600s. Let's take a look at the book map as we can start seeing them attempt here to push through GEX 9, 600 level. I just think we're going to just crack here. I think we're going to go straight to 500s, but what do I know, right? What do I know? I don't know. We don't know anything. All we can do is just look at what price tells us. We understand the positioning of what's going on with the overall exposures, and then we just wait. We just watch how price plays with these different levels. That's all we can do, day in and day out, right? Let's take a look. All right, good luck, everybody. Good luck, everybody. There's our pump. Let's see. First move is always fake. Let's see. Look at that. Is this accurate? Is this updated? Oh. Look at my flows down here. All right, I'm looking for buyers to get involved here. I want them to get. I'm not getting involved. I just want them to get involved. I want them to get involved. I want them to take this thing up. More calls. We have more calls than puts, but nothing significant here. We're negative gamma, obviously. Expected low 742, so we're under that. So maybe that's where they're going to try to go. Let's take a look here. Let's see. Buyers are trying to get a pump here. Can they do it? Can these guys get it done? Can these guys get a little bit of a pullback here? So let's see. We're starting to push through here at the 67 level. Let's see if they start selling into it. Kind of like really, I mean, who would buy this, right? I mean, I don't know. I don't know. Support resistance buyers would buy it, maybe. I don't know. So we got the lug level here. They're trying to hold it up. Let's see if they're going to take out the 625 level. it'd be too like quick. I feel like they got to do more before they dump it again, right? I mean, I feel like they got to do more after 2000 tick drop. I feel like we need to see more to the more to the upside before we get super aggressive. But hey, anything can happen here. Pretty calm open. I mean, to be honest, that was just really, really calm. Like nothing happened there yet. Let's just see. Nothing's going on just yet. All right, let's see if these boys can get through this and stay heavy under 625. Let's go to the book map real quick. Let's go to book map real quick. Why is it saying 0 here? That doesn't make any sense. I think it's frozen here. Got the POC at 690s on the QQQs. Flows are still technically positive. But it looks like it's about to cross over into bearish territory. Big dump there, so we actually took out that low. Now let's see if the sellers can get that move to 500s. So I missed that short. I was hoping for something a little bit stronger, but we did not get that. So that was awesome. That was a nice, we got the nice signal right here. Let's see if you guys can see this here. We got the signal right there, the rotation flip. That's what we use for our entry triggers. But that would have been the play, or you could have just waited for the breakdown, which would have occurred right under 625. So as soon as we got heavy under 625, that would have been the trigger. I didn't get that. Again, I was looking for a little bit more than that. I wanted something a little bit deeper, but all good. Hopefully there'll be opportunities. And you know what? I'm totally fine with not even taking a trade today because the week has been such a freaking heater. We've been crushing it and cooking all week. So, I mean, I even came into the session today thinking maybe I don't even need a trade today. I'm good. But we'll see. You know, I'm showing up just to see what's happening here. And, you know, the market got to the level I've been waiting for. Unfortunately, I did not trade last night, so I did not trade into that level. Working on some other stuff for the group. But it's cool. It's good to see things pan out and play out, right? So, okay, where's that open print here? Let's see if these guys can get a retest of 64s. Look at what these guys are doing here. They're going to try, as we approach the put support level, waiting to see if they're going to be able to get down there. Prices stand pretty heavy. These boys are going to probably push through. Since we are negative, dealers are short gamma, so we can expect them to sell with the moves. Now that we have rejected that 600, 670 level. So we'll see if we can get this put support move down to 500s. Huge gap down on everything today, guys. Everybody's regular folks are just like, what is going on with my portfolio? I bet you I'm gonna get a phone call from some people. They're like, I'm ready to learn how to day trade so I can just stop getting spanked. How many of you guys here are new? Are new traders? I don't know exactly who tunes into my streams. I know it's only just like a few people, but I'm curious just to know because I would think that maybe some of the stuff might be a little much for folks. But anyways, let's continue watching. Where is our 0 gamma level? Down below here at 474. So buyers are going to try to get a retest here. They're going to try to hold. Let's see if they're going to be able to reclaim 600s. Or do they just get clobbered right now? Do they get clobbered right now? Let's see. This is the moment of truth right here. We get to this level, this little line here. This will go. There he goes. Let's see. Here we go. Here we go. Let's see if we get that acceleration now to put support. Bingo. Let's go. Push down. Put support. Put support. Put support. Let's go. And we got 300 contracts sitting on the bid at the same time. Liquidity ladder. It's our indicator. Just plots the order book on the chart. So we could see that there was a bid that was used here. They probably yanked it to 186 contracts, and then they stacked an offer, and they're restacking the offer. So they're trying to like put pressure on price right here. And we got this large bid of about 300 plus contracts sitting at 500s. So they're breaking through 550s. Let's see if we can get that closure through and get to put support. And then we can see how price interacts at put support, 28,500s. Do we break out from here? Do we continue the sell-off? If we do, then that becomes our major overhead resistance. Hey, what's up, PMR? Welcome. If you're new, welcome. Are you a new trader or just new to the channel? I'm also keeping my eye on the S&P. Oops. We approach put support here on the NASDAQ. Let's get rid of the book map for a second here. S&P's approaching some major levels here down below. So we'll be watching for 74.70s to see if we get any type of support here. So here's our put support level. We're about to bust right through it. Let's see. Now we look at the book map and just watch how they play with the level here. We got 300 contracts. Let's see if they actually fill these orders or if they pull them. Here's how you'll know. Look at the numbers on the right. It says 2 and 2, right? So now we're going to see. It turns from 3. Oh, boom, they filled. So they aggressively sold into the bid. They aggressively sold into the bid. So that was an actual person trying to get filled, right? That is a passive buyer trying to get filled. And we had an active seller aggressively just take them out. Now let's see what happens here. Do we pin around this area? We have a major support level down at 28,470. It's our green lug level. This is pretty aggressive, guys. We're seeing this thing just keep pressing and pressing and pressing. So this is, if you look at the 1 minute chart, it's just been nonstop. Not one single candle has created a higher high from the previous candle. It's just been relentless. Relentless. If you're not good at reading price action, just look at a Renko chart and what do you see? Red bricks. That's it. Just red bricks, right? We're on a 64 Renko. All we see is red bricks. For folks who are trying to buy bounces, do not buy bounces. We are a negative gamma. You do not do mean reversion trade setups here. Do not try to buy support. Do not try to buy support. Okay, so anyone who's trying to like buy off of, like, for instance, if you're using the Bollinger Band stuff, you don't want to be buying off of a Bollinger Band, guys. Okay, let's not do that. Let's not do that. All right, let's see. No trades for me yet. I'm just watching here. Let's pull up the all three here, see what's going on. I mean, everything is just what an awesome week it's been. I mean, it was such a clean trading week overall, I would say. I mean, it's been pretty epic. Overall, super clean, no complaints. And then we get a very nice resolution here to finally hit that big 29,000 level, which is something I've been waiting for a while. So, all right. So obviously, now we are going to see here. They're going to probably retest, put support here at 500s. And just because the word says support, it doesn't mean that you're going to get a bounce and buy off support, okay? That's not what that means. All right, let's see. Take a look at that 15-minute chart. Nothing going on here just yet. They're just kind of banging around at the put support level. Probably get a scalp play if you're looking for something scalpy. I'm not interested, but just saying, you know, maybe see a reaction, but I'd be very cautious. I mean, look at how they're already rejecting that level. Now, just watch what happens here. We got that flip. These buyers can reclaim, and maybe they can get a nice little higher high here, and then we'll see what happens. There's the higher high. Now we just watch to see if the buyers get sold into. Now that we are trying to reclaim 500s here, let's see if these boys are going to be able to get something here, something beyond this high. You can see here the buyers are trying to retesting that prior level of 500. Probably getting set up here for a nice little scalp. What time is it? Probably best to wait for the 15-minute candle to close. That's probably what I'm going to do. Market, I mean, technically, if you're short already, you're done for the day. I mean, that push down was more than enough to get your bag. So people are trying to sell now under 500s. So let's see if these boys are gonna take back control of the auction. There we go. There's the dot. Now let's see if they're gonna take these guys out at 75s, and then we get even more expansion lower. Or do they reclaim and we start basing here for a little bit as we approach the 15-minute candle close? There we go. They're done. They took it out. So that would have been another opportunity right there. This would be a textbook scenario where we have our key level. We could see they tried twice. They kind of got above the level once, twice, then they failed. That failure looks like basically this scenario here. You get like a double top. and then our tools will tell us exactly the right moment. So what I like about the momentum entries that we take is that there's really, it's more like an immediate resolution, right? If price stalls and begins to like hold and pull back, just get out of the trade. Because the best trades for us with our momentum strategy with Renko is that it just immediately goes. We're literally getting in as this thing is ready to rip. All right, so that would have been the next possible entry there using put support. So far, I see there would have been 2, 3 pretty good back-to-back entries. I didn't take any of them yet. And again, it's how it is for me today. I've not, just didn't take it. You know, it's not that these are not good setups or not good conditions. I just didn't take it. And that's okay. You don't have to take everything, right? I'm just trying to allow price to give me something a little bit. I want to see some buyers get roped in. I want to see a little bit more traps. I mean, yeah, I guess this was a trap right here. We get that we had the buyers come in. Let me get rid of this so you guys can see what I'm talking about. These boys over here trying to buy the pullbacks got sold into. I'm looking for like a rotation back to the upside on at least a 5-minute or 15-minute. And then from there, maybe we can get short on something. But we don't get it. It becomes this one of those days where it just dumps all day grind, consecutive down bars, no chance, no hope for buyers. And hey, it is what it is. Pack it up and go walk the dog, and that's it. You know. Let's see. You got more bids down below 400s. These boys were freaking. Knew it. I knew it. I knew that this is what they were gonna do. Take a look here at our real time. We got the NDX here converted for the NASDAQ. And we can see our major negatives now down at 27,999. We'll just call it 28,000. We have a big level down here. But we'll see. And then major positives up above 28,800s. How are we looking here? Refresh this. Not much has moved. The PC ratios. There we go. There's the opening range. There's going to be a little relief rally here. They give these buyers some relief. Or is this just going to be more clobber? More and more. Fibonacci traders are probably getting wrecked, right? These guys, they buy extensions. Like, oh, we extended past to 1.27. You got to buy. Yeah. The good thing about, like, I guess these kind of market conditions is that it's very clean. I mean, look how smooth. It's like you take a trade, it immediately resolves. Like, it's like instant TP, you know what I mean? All right, here we go. These boys are trying again. But look at the time, right? We always got to pay attention to time. Like everything that we look at, you know, in fact, I'm finishing out the framework course lessons for how we structure things here. But it's all about the timing of things, right? So 15-minute, every 30-minute, every 1 hour, 4 hours. Pay attention to those openings because you'll see this type of stuff. Like people get confused. Oh, look, we're breaking out, we're reversing. No, it's just the first minute of the opening of the 15-minute candle, right? So it's not like a real necessarily. It could become a possible, you know, 15-minute bullish candle or whatever. It could be because, you know, we've already kind of hit some of our important areas, right? We've also exceeded our expected move to the downside. So yeah, I mean, it could be, but also let's pay attention what time it is. It's 9:46. So let's see if we hit this little flip here and then they trap these guys who thought they were going to get a 15-minute rotation. This is still not enough for me to get short, guys. Still not enough for me to get short. Still not enough. And there you go. See, there's that trap. Immediately begins to fail right there, right off the level, right? So we hit this, in this case, it'd be the 75 level is the level we rejected from. So we reclaimed 50s, got the 75. We got a buyer that came in right here, and then boom, reclaimed a level. Now it looks like the buyers have stepped right back in again. But nonetheless, even if you took that, that would have given you your target, your scalp target. So we're just taking like 15-point scalps, going break even. And then if we happen to catch a runner, then we can just extend our targets out. So if you watch any of the recaps I've done, you know, where we catch 100 points, 150 points, most of my trades are like 15 to 25 points scalps. And then I just happen to have a runner left on that we just manage and trail using Renko. And then it becomes more, right? That's all we do over and over and over again. So the buyers succeeded here, right? So we now know that the buyers were they got long here. We can see that they started bidding it up at 400s. We got a large bid here. We also have major negative, and they couldn't get down here. So that's important. So we've got some exhaustion here from the sellers. And now we're getting rotation to the upside. Upside rotation. Now we just watch big boy Renko. Let's watch the big Renko, because this is going to give us indication, because now we're getting reversal bar up. Is this going to be a micro pullback? Is this going to be an extended pullback? So I'm going to be watching for this price here at 658s. 658s. So if we can get to 658, so 28,658, that's going to be important. I would like us to get to that level, because then at that point, now I have some room short back to the lows, right? So now if I get to that, if we get to this area, and I'm not going to short that price. I'm not going to short that price. That's the price. That price is highly likely to go to, because of where price is at, because of the volatility of the session. This is all based on measuring volatility for this specific Renko chart. So I like that, because if we can get there, that gives me about 1,000 ticks to play with. That gives me 1,000 ticks to play with. And 9 times out of 10, when they hit this level, they're going to exceed the level. And what do we have here? We have our opening print for 6 a.m. So that's great, 6 a.m. So maybe going into, 10:30 or something like that, maybe we can see this thing. Well, first, they've got to succeed above 500. I don't know if they're going to be able to do that. We'll see what happens. Because technically speaking, from my Ludwig chart, where price wants to go is actually 311s. 311s. All right, so if they cannot get this pullback successfully, then we may go to 311s first, and then something like that. And if that's the case, that's fine too. Then maybe I will reconsider and then consider getting short. But for my bigger Renko chart, I would want price ideally to get up into the zone somewhere up here, and then we've got some opportunities that we can look for failures. But then more importantly, we've set ourselves up for a decent range that we could get short into. Right? You don't want to short. They always say don't short at the lows. Why? Because you short the low, there's really not much room, right? There's not much room for you. So remember, smart money is not trying to short at the lows. They're trying to short. They want to be able to sell high, right? They want to be able to sell at premium prices. So let's see if we can find, if these boys can do it. So far, they're trying. Like, we can just look at traditional technical analysis. You got higher highs, higher lows, higher high, higher low, right? So this is what's holding right now. It's not rocket science, guys. Market structure is the expression of order flow. Price action is the expression of everything that's going on behind the scenes. It's the final expression. So even if you don't know everything I'm talking about, you can look at a candlestick chart, look at a chart, and it's going to be the expression of what's happening behind the scenes. When I understood that concept, I stopped getting so fixated on what I didn't know and just started trying to connect dots on what I did know. And little by little, things just started clicking and making sense. So let's go back now to our heat map and see. So we've got, if we get through 690s here on the QQQs, this could accelerate higher. Flows are positive. We did turn negative for a few minutes there, and then we started getting positive here at 938. And now we're beginning to see that is what's preceded this rotation to the upside. So I like that. That's really good. We do have some negative nodes here above price at 690. So let's see if they can clear that. And if they start clearing that, that's great. Then we probably see, if price does go through those levels, we should start seeing some amplification through those levels. It says here's a little cheat sheet. Negative gamma above, moves up amplified, no ceiling. So that's good to know. So does that mean I want to be shorting? No, I don't want to be shorting. not based on that, right? So not based on what's going on at the moment. If you guys haven't done so already, make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. If you don't have the Renko bricks and you want these Renko bricks, we're using them for Ninja Trader. Okay, Ninja Trader. They are free. You download them. You can actually just Google search them, or you can just go to my site and I have them there for you with the thresholds and all that. And then in the members area, we actually do have an entire full breakdown on the Renko stuff. So folks who want to learn whatever, you can get access to all of that. I've been using Renko for about 3 or 4 years, a little bit more than that. It's not my primary chart. It's just a tool, just like everything else. My primary chart is my my eyeballs. My primary tool is my eyeballs. Yeah, I might have to increase my thresholds for my liquidity ladder because these orders are playing with big numbers here today. So let's go ahead and adjust that. When we have that much liquidity, it's irrelevant, right? We need to, the purpose of the liquidity ladder is to amplify or highlight significant liquidity. So we just going to increase these thresholds really quick. I'm going to go ahead and reset my ladder because I don't need to see all that. Let's do that. Clear memory now. Okay, very good. Let's let that update. Give it a second. I cleared that 690 level on QQQs. Oh. Still loading. Give it a second, guys. There we go. Perfect. So we got that nice recovery here from put support. Big rotation. We're now getting to that level at 558, so I'm waiting for something there. More than likely, they're going to end up maybe testing this opening range high. More than likely, right? So just be mindful of that, right? Just because the market's so bearish on the session and everything that's happened, obviously going into this area, like we can't ignore what's happening in the moment. What's happening in the moment right now is that the momentum is up, right? Momentum is shifted up. So, okay, let's see. Look at that. We're getting super aggressive. We like this. This is what I like. This is what I want to see. I want to see aggression. Maybe they get up to what's this price here? Yeah, we get up to 700s. Initially, my idea was like a retest of 9,000s, 29,000s, and then potentially hammer it. We'll see what happens. Look what they're doing on the hourly chart. We got a few minutes left for this hourly candle to close. So they're leaving behind nice rejection here at 400s. So these boys on the hourly chart, if they're going to try to reclaim this, they're going to want a closure above this low here. So above 646s is where they're going to want to close this hourly if these boys are going to try to pump the next 10 o'clock candle. It doesn't have to be boys. It could be boys and girls, right? It's just whatever. So let's see. So we're now testing that open print. I'm tempted. I am tempted, but I'm going to wait. Okay, let them get above. Let them get above. Let the day go back green. Let the day get green really quick. Okay. 5 minutes left here. Oh. Put call ratio now is neutral. These boys have flipped everything over here. Let's see. A little bit delayed. Oh, this is for NQ. Let's go to NDX real quick. Alrighty. Let's see what we're gonna get here. Pretty nice move up. They're not done yet though. I think they're gonna maybe try to take it up a little bit more. I may consider a scalp. But not yet. Not yet. We're gonna let this candle figure out what it wants to do. Let it close first. Let it close first. It could probably do something right here. So if we end up getting that, maybe, because we're right now at negative gamma, zero gamma, sorry. We're at zero gamma right now, and they're playing with this level. So they're pushing higher now. We're getting into that level I was interested in, 658. So I'm not shorting the level right blindly. I just want to see it potentially get there. But we might get something sooner. Let's see. I'm gonna wait. I'm not gonna. I got my hotkey there turned on, but it looks so like persistent here. I think they're going to go for that opening range high, possibly. ES is actually already taken out its opening range high. Maybe if they already took it out, maybe these guys don't need to take theirs out. Let's see. NQ. Look how clean that move back up was. Full recovery, pretty much. But that's what we want to see. So look again for my Renko chart. This is what I'm watching right now to see if we can get to that level. Right, we can get to this level here. That would be the buyers taking back control. And then I watch for 800s to see what happens. And then a failure at 800s or above, then I get short again. I'll get short. But let's see if we can get there. Anybody get short, get long? There's pretty nice moves to the downside right at the open, even to the upside. I mean, they did set it up pretty nicely. So the initiation was right here. That's where it all started. And the reclaim right there, boom. That would have been it. So these boys here that got short, they failed to get that low. Then from there, they supported price at 450s. Once we reclaim put support, this would have been the opportunity for sellers to take back control. They couldn't do it. Boom, buyers took back control. And then now we have that expansion, which has been pretty impressive so far for the buyers. All right, so we've hit that level. So now we got buyers full control on the bigger Renko, bigger time frames. Hourly chart looks like it's going to try to close above the prior low of the 9 a.m. 8 a.m. candle. And so, I mean, what this looks like is that they may be gearing up for a possible swing for a test of these highs on the hourly right here. And that's okay. I'm okay with that, because my initial goal or objective is if we did get back up to 900s, that would be the play, right? Shorter term would be the 800 level, but we'll see what happens as we start moving into my major quarter, which could be 750 right here. So 750 is the level I'm going to be interested in. We could already see on the hourly that we had broken the level, and then we broke back up, and then they failed to hold that level. So we do have buyers that are trapped. What time was this? This is from 6 a.m., 7 a.m. in this area here. So maybe we get a retest of this zone, right? And what do we have at that zone? That's what we want to pay attention to. We've got our one-day min at that zone. So that might be an interesting area where we start seeing some action. First 10 a.m. They just took out the opening range high. Typically, when we have such a large opening range, most of the time price stays contained, or at least kind of like rotational in that range. But we'll see what happens here. We're getting this failure test here. I'm not going to jump right in right away. Watching how they handle the opening print here, 677s. So important here. Let's see if they can get one more pop. So maybe I would consider a scalp if they hit it there, and then they get back down again. And it could be a potential failure back down. Doesn't look like we're getting it though. So this is the value of using hotkeys, right? So you just, the hotkey is really designed to get you in when the conditions are met. So you're not goofing up. Okay, we're getting that move now to our one-day low, our expected low at 742s. Price is pumping. Hourly looks like we're getting that rotation now. Let's see what happens as we get to 750s, if they're going to be able to break 750s. Let's see. It also says they're going to sweep the London high. Let's see. Right now they're holding 725s. We almost tagged 750s. We got some room for our first target from yellow. So the way Ludwig levels work is it's level to level. So you take from yellow to orange, right? And this would be the initial target, 61s. Take a look here. S&P's been pushing up, trying to fill that opening gap, but S&P is now reaching major resistance. So we'll see if the S&P begins to stall, if we see any impact. But right now, the call flow, the bias right now is we can see that the calls are pretty aggressive. The flows are bullish. They are bullish, so they are pumping. So very important, just note that 10 o'clock open. Look at where we're at, right? These boys came in, opened up, sellers tried, and then from there we rejected and expanded up higher. And now we have that 10 o'clock candle. So pretty big move today off the lows. So that is the relief rally. That was the relief rally. So now we're at 750s, above 750s. And let's see. Watching the S&P here at 75.23s to see how we deal with 75.23s on the S&P. Pretty important area here for S&P. We're also at our target as for the buyers here. We would call this minor resistance here 761s. And let's see if we can get a little scalp here from that level. Little scalp target there. I want to see that reclaim back above the level here. Okay, there's my target for the scalp. Don't know why it didn't trigger. There we go. Now stops are at break even, moving my final target at the low of day. Let's see if we can catch 1,000 ticks. Let's see. This chart is 82040. This is my execution chart. 82040 execution chart. Hey guys, I'm watching this big Renko here. We start hitting 690s. We get me 2-3 bricks. We get back under 10 o'clock hour. My target will be 530 for the next move. 530s. So we're up now 35 points on this. Probably gonna get tagged there on my trail, and that's okay. That is okay. Quick scalp. Quick scalp, baby. Gotta fix my liquidity markers here. Gotta fix the liquidity markers on this thing. Also need to adjust my accounts because I am copy trading today. The wrong account. So this is my master account. Try again. Once these boys get back down again. No, they're holding. Are they gonna pump through one more time? They're not done with their business. Guess they're not done with their business yet. Let's see. Go back to that hourly chart. They are getting that rotation now, looking for these highs here at 830s. And maybe we get that sustained move to 900 for the big retest. So what these guys did from down here, 400s, swept these lows, and now we're beginning to get a push here. And we have all this move down that, you know, there's really no resistance here other than our key levels and different nodes that we would be paying attention to. Let me take a look at what is going on here. So I'm still going to be watching this 850 level to see what happens. Or 800. So we're beginning to test the 800 level, and let's see if these guys are going to be able to maintain 800s or if they fail. So I kind of like this level, so I'm going to take a starter right there. Stop right above my liquidity level there at 880s. Let's see if we can get that first initial target. I'm not using big stops today. Oh, thank you, sir. Not with this market. Let's go to the book map and watch how they handle 800s. They're still holding up here. Let's see. Yeah, they're not done yet. Okay. Took a cut on that one. Small cut, but it's okay. We're back in again. We are back in again. Let's see if we can catch something now. Guys took it down under the 800 level. I don't think they're going to make it that easy today to just get short into this move after that big run up. I don't know why my thing is so laggy today. Okay, tagged out on that second attempt there. I tried 2-3 times. What was this level here? 800. But these guys will get it up here one more time. And maybe we can get it after that. Waiting here. Look at the book map here. We can see the battle here going on at 800s. Let them clap here real quick. Let them push up. There's the buyers taking back control. And are they going to stay in control? That is the question. 1 minute left here for the 5-minute closure. Yeah, it's going up. But how far is it going to go? Major level for me is 29,000s. I'm looking at obviously 800s, 850s, watching. Yeah, we don't want to be shorting while it's ripping, guys. That's for sure. Unless we get some failures. But right now, there's been no solid attempt yet, really, by the sellers to get this thing ripping or just getting these little micro pullbacks. So now we're above that high at 830s. Let's see if they continue pushing now to 9,000s, 29,000s. Is this going to be a full bounce or what? Let's see. We are in that moment of decision right now. That is the question. So this is the area. This is what we want to be paying attention to right here. These guys are going to take control. They need to stay above 800s. We start failing 800s again, it might be the end. It might be the end. There's 850s. Let's see if these boys are going to be able to get back above 850s. Good work, buddy. Okay, nice rejection there of 850s. Are we done? I think we might be done here. Might be done here. Let's see what happens. The news is already done, I think. That was done at 10. Probably a Trump comment, right? So weird. I don't hear any. My news stream isn't running. Okay, so we got 850s now, trying to get defended here. Also, let's watch. Waiting. Ooh. At 850 level was the level there. Let's see. Just waiting for something else here. A little bit more. We're back under 800s now. Can these boys stay heavy under 800s? Yep. Let's see. Need a little bit more. Need a little bit more. Short would have been right there on that failure of 850. Boom. $15-minute closure here in 30 seconds. Let's see what they're going to do here with this 15-minute, next 15-minute. So obviously, this current 30-minute is pretty bullish. So far, all they did was take out this structure. So we're going to see if we're going to get continuation through 800 or 850s, or if we're going to start failing the 850 area here. We're holding 800s right now. They're trying to hold 800s right now. Buyers are trying to step in. Let's see if they're going to be able to get that push up. And then we look for a second failure, maybe above 850. Market might be ready to turn. There's that second break of 800s. Reclaiming. They're trying to reclaim here. This is our GEX 2 level. So we're watching how they deal with GEX 2. There they go. They came right back in, taking back control again. Pretty quick slip there. Let's see if that's real. So these buyers will need to sustain this move to create that higher high. Let's see if they're going to be able to do it. Could be a fake move up, to be honest. We'll see. Fake move down, fake move up. Let's see. Yeah, they just trapped the people here. Sellers. We had some sellers here get aggressive here. But we'll see. We shall see. In short, quick tight stop here right above our super trend. If these boys are going to be truly bullish, they will take this back up to the highs. That might have been a little too tight there. Which are still pushing. All right, taken 4 cuts so far, 4 losses on this. Oh my goodness, I had the wrong button push, bro. These guys are still pumping. So I need to wait or stop trying to short. Yeah, fake move down. Still eyeing, again, the main level here is 9,000. That is our main level. We have major positive up at 927s. So this may act as a potential magnet for price. What's going on here? Freaking thing. Just waiting. This 30-minute is probably going to need to close first before we see any real chance here for downward move. So obviously right now they're just hanging out here, 850s to 900s. We're just going to wait a little bit here. Watching this area here, 850 again. Volatility is quite large. Probably going to size down a little bit because the stops I'm using are a little too tight. Size down just a bit here. The ATR is 157. We go back under 850s. Let's see if they're going to continue to support price here. So you can see every time they get under 850s, the buyers try to come in and defend. Watch what happens. Okay, we're in. Let's see if we can catch a little bit of a move here. $850s. Are you going to reclaim 850s again? Looks like they are. Watching. Back above 850s. Are you going to hold 850s? Watch. Yeah. Major positives at 927s. Okay. Let's see what we get here. Guys are still playing with this level. Gonna probably trap right here. Market is crazy today. The volatility is ATR is pretty large. Had to cut that. I added a scale there. Shouldn't have done that. No, no winner yet. They're fighting. But I think we got it here. 850 looks like it's holding up. Let's wait for this 30-minute to close. 10:30, the IB set. You guys are just battling between the 875 level here and the 825 level. So this is likely where they're going to try to go to. The major 927 level, we have our major positive GEX here. So it looks like it could be pulling price. That's where we're going to see price potentially gravitate towards. And then we watch to see what happens once we get there. If that's where we start seeing some selling pressure come in. So we just got to wait, cool down a little bit here. Watching this here, times the 25s. They're trying, but they're getting tired here. They're exhausting here at this 80s level. This could be it, guys, right here. Let's see if these guys are donezo. Oh, we'll have to wait and see here what they do. Watching this rotation flip level here, they're going to be able to reclaim 50s and take it back up. Times it. Got 2 minutes left here for the IB. Watching here. Okay. Look it in short. Put it out here. We'll see if we get some movement and stay under this 850 level. I'd switch my accounts. I hit my max loss on the other account. So I have it set. That way I don't continue to take stupid trades and mess up your equity on that account. So let's continue to wait and see how we handle this level here. If they're going to continue to support price, they've been buying it up here at the 20s, 25s. So they could easily swipe it right back up and take it back up to the level here. It's 10 o'clock, 10:30. So we have the IB. Let's see if they're going to ram that IB high. Are they going to have enough juice to get up there? Take a look at that book map real quick. So we're in right now short 20 points. There's 25. I'm trying to see if we can get back under 800s. If we can crack back under 800s, then I think we might see this thing give us a nice little push back lower. But we'll see what happens here. Let's see. Stops are going to go break even here. I may need to start here. We're going to reclaim that open print one more time. That looks like they are. Now we watch to see if they're going to take it up to the IB high. So that was the clue right there, was just to see if they were going to really hold this down under 850s. They didn't do it yet, but I'm still interested. So I'm just waiting to see how they handle this opening price here at 31s. We're back under again. Watching the book map here, if they're going to reclaim 25s. I'll be stopping out above the open print again. Okay, we're up 18 points. Watching 800s as we start trying to trade under 800s. Stops a break even. Let's see. I'll be going break even a little too soon here. Let's see what happens here at this 800 level. We can see them trying to buy it up here, but hoping that these boys are unable to do so. 25 points. We can just trail VB trail now. We're up 40 points. Looking for 6. Looking for the target I'm looking for is, where the heck is that thing? Oh, that's weird. Oh, 643s. I'm looking for 643s, guys. Up 50 points. Okay, my trail got tagged. About 30 points there. So that trade was basically initially right here. I got tagged out on the open here and then re-entered on the failure again. The buyers got bullish above the open. That's what we like. And then we see the failure. We re-attack there. So I should have left my stops a little wider, but because of where we opened up, I mean, structurally, I would have had to use a stop above 75. So wasn't really interested in doing all that for that, right? So quick little cuts and then caught the little pop here. And now we see if they bounce up some more. So we're dealing with zero gamma now. We're right at 806 levels or zero gamma line. We'll see how, if they defend that or if we start failing that, that's going to be more continuation to the downside, I would think. Let's see what happens here. Reclaiming 800s. See. These guys are going to try to retest the 831 level. Zero gamma here again. Buyers pumping here. They're trying to get up here. They're trying to get this higher high at 850s. Any offers, large offers? Not really. Back at the open print. If these guys reverse up and get to 850s, then we will probably see a break of the IB high. Big move up there. These guys are relentless. It's kind of noted based on the put to call ratio, right? We can see it's just pretty aggressive, leaning towards the call side. So see what happens here. Still here. That's right. DLC is actually at 700s here on the QQQ, so we'll see if they are going to be moving towards 700s. Careful here, guys. Let's see. You guys are going to get this higher high here. Pop. watching here. 850, they're going to support price and get this drive higher. Watch out here. Let's see if these guys are going to continue to buy it up or if they're exhausting here at these highs. So just waiting to see if they're going to be able to take out the IB high or what. But drop the IB high here. The 887s, sorry, it's already on my chart. 887s. Let's see if these sellers are going to be able to continue to defend this 875 level. Buyers are obviously holding price up here. The current flows are definitely supporting price. I'd be cautious with that. Next major upside move, 976s. So if they do want to rip, that's where they're going to likely go. Kind of lines up with our big red lug level, our major positive level. So we'll see if that's where the objective is for the buyers. It doesn't mean we can't necessarily scalp around these areas here. So this could be an opportunity to get long going into that level. But I'm just going to wait. Better opportunity would have been actually down here on this reclaim of 75s and 800s as we've got back above 800s. Every time we get into this area, we can see we just kind of been pressing this area here. So we'll just wait a little bit and see if we get something else. The target would be 976, where we have our major GEX, major positive right here. This is going to act like a magnet for price. Look at the QQQs. See, it's at 700. Just wait. What are you talking about for the downside? Oh no, for the upside. Let me go back to my hourly chart here. Time we got left on this hourly candle? About 20 minutes left. So for this 1 hour, it's like you're pretty much battling against this, right? This is what we're dealing against right here. So this aggressive rotation here. So it's kind of like, let this finish, let them do what they got to do. And at that point, then maybe there'll be some exhaustion here, and then we'll see what happens next, right? I mean, that's kind of the mindset. So we just gotta just give it some time, give it some time. And these guys are struggling here at IB high. That would be an awesome target. The main area is to see how they deal with 900s, right? If they get back above 900s, and then from there we start failing 900s, then I would think we can get a bigger move all the way back down. But it is Friday too. It is Friday. Watch what happens here. These guys are back at 850s. We're about to test 850s. Major negative to the downside would be 28,326. We're above zero gamma right now, so price is going to be pretty controlled here in this area. Anything can happen on Fridays. That's true. Anything can happen every day with Trump. It's been kind of funny watching these YouTube channels with folks sharing those Trump tweets, right? I mean, crazy. Alrighty. What's going on here? We're testing now back to 31 level. I mean, see if these boys are going to be able to stay under 31. Testing the open print. Try. So for me, that failure essentially would be right there. So we'll see if it's going to continue to push lower or if this is just another pullback. And then they take it up higher. But I'm short, in short. Maybe we get that dirty move after all. If they don't want to get back above 850s. Not letting go that open yet. Need to see 802s, 70. Now I need to see price below 800s. Otherwise they reclaim again. And they trap. They're sweeping these lows. Watching 800, GEX 2. Let's pull up our book map now. Watch the levels. And see how they handle 800s if they start bidding it up. Still holding these freaking buyers. I hope they just trapped enough buyers here to the move to the upside. I mean, that's what I wanted. I just had poor execution early on. I was a little too early here, unfortunately, but it's all good. It is all good in the hood. Let's see. May not be done yet. These guys are still holding 800s. Nice. Nice. Let's go break even on stops. And maybe if we can break 75s, we get through this cluster here, we get back under 1 day max at 42s, maybe we get something meaningful here. 43 points, 45 points. Let's see if we get through now. 60s. 60s. There's 50 points. Salsa Kings or salsa lessons. What are we thinking here, buddy? Is this just a little pullback? Are we going to double bottom right here at this low at 61s? We got some positive GEX right here at 800, so gotta be careful. Gotta be careful. Oh boy, these guys are relentless today, huh? Look at that. Maybe we can add some more short here if we get down here. See if they're going to reclaim the opening print. If they're going to reclaim the opening print. It looks like it just might have been a pullback, guys. Should have took my partial. But I already sized down because the ATR is over 140 ticks per minute. So that was a nice pullback there. Double bottom move. Let's see if they are going to hold this up. And these guys just wouldn't let go of that 800 level, huh? Well, what time is it? 47. Did they already take out the IB high? Yeah, they did. Back in again. Let's try one more time. Let's try one more time, guys. I think that's it, boys. I think that's it, boys. Let's see. 25s. Watching right here. 95s. Watch the book map. They got absorbed at 75s. Do they start buying back up at 800s again? Let's see. I think they trapped some nice buyers on that pop. 30 points. Last time I was up 50 points and gave it all back. Mean reversion for sure. Positive gamma. These are long gamma right now. Take a look at these flows, man. Are they shifting at all? How are we looking on that? Still heavy positive. Still bullish flows. $30 points. Let's see. I think we might be ready to roll over. I don't know. Always got to remind myself, I don't know anything. All I know is I can see a buyer who's trapped. Mean reversion here. They'll bounce off the bottom band if this is going to be continued rotation here. If they're going to continue just to chop. Take your profits. Take your partials. I am looking to see if we can trade back through. Have some nodes here, 75s. So my level's 25s. I'm just gonna wait. This is where we got that trap buyer right there. So these boys got trapped. And right now we got these sellers here that are trying, but I don't know. We're not really getting that move through 800s. They're still supporting price here, but let's see if we get some rip here. Maybe they do a little rug pull, a nice little aggressive yank. Let Trump do a tweet. Look at what time it is. Look at what time it is. So we got 9 minutes left on this hourly. Let's see if these boys can get back under 750. But on the 15-minute, they haven't really made much progress here. So maybe we get a test of this low at 42s, and then we see if they sweep it right back up. Or if this fails, then we get that bigger dump that maybe we all can have a nice little TGIF trade. There's 50 points. Just secure some there. We'll just kind of trail a little bit. We got some repair that needs to get done.